year is 1986. Mike Tyson becomes the youngest heavyweight champion in history. A base model Ford Mustang costs under $8,000, and the Oprah Winfrey Show debuts nationally for the first time. And, as I've spoken about before, West Edmonton Mall's Phase 3 expansion was being completed. It more than doubled the size of the mall, at least in regard to square footage. It brought with it major attractions like the World Water Park, Deep Sea Adventure, and Bourbon Street. It also added what is probably most prominently featured in the mall, the Santa Maria.
The people who brought us an indoor amusement park and hundreds of stores under one roof are now giving us hundreds of other stores and an indoor marine land. There's a Spanish galleon, awash on a reef of real coral. There are submarines, lowered 5 meters into the waters of a great big aquarium, holding everything from sharks to buried treasure.
When you see imagery for West Edmonton Mall, especially in regard to marketing or travel, odds are you're looking at the Santa Maria, positioned directly in the middle of the Deep Sea Adventure Lake. While doing research for this video, I came across a few statements that seem to indicate it was built at Vancouver's World Fair, Expo 86.
Together we can touch the sky, you and I share our dreams and watch them fly, celebrating, something's happening here.
I did some digging, and in fact, shipbuilding was one of the many exhibitions at the Expo. The Santa Maria was built in Vancouver's False Creek Inlet, where Expo 86 took place. But this CBC footage highlights the Santa Maria, already completed in position, and this aired on September 10th, 1985, 8 months before Expo 86 officially began. It's likely that the ship was constructed around the same time that Expo 86's Expo Center was being constructed. The center opened to the public on May 2nd, 1985, as a preview center for the World's Fair. So, while not officially constructed for Expo 86, the construction of the Santa Maria was likely showcased as part of the preview festivities for the fair. The replica was built from British Columbia redwoods. Once complete, it was deconstructed, loaded onto 10 flatbed trucks, and brought through the Rocky Mountains, finally arriving in Edmonton, where it was rebuilt in place where it still exists today, right in front of the former Woodward store.
Fashions for men have never looked better. Shaker stitch crew necks, just $39.99. 101 beautiful ways to save. Come into Woodward now.
The ship has become such an icon in the mall, along with the lake where it lives. It's so damn picturesque. What some people don't realize is that you can actually walk out onto it. Okay, it does cost $2.
$2.
But it's a good place to get a few photographs and to just see what it's like on there. I would definitely say it's worth venturing onto at least once. If you do walk onto it, consider this. Many people may not know that it's an actual scale replica of the Santa Maria. The Santa Maria in which Christopher Columbus sailed on his first voyage to America. Or, it's as close to an exact replica as reasonably possible. The exact measurements of the original Santa Maria are actually unknown. So West Edmonton Mall's replica, and other replicas around the world, are reasonable estimates based on some historical writings of crew members and other vague hints found in historical documents and similar shipwrecks. While it's cool to venture onto the deck of the Santa Maria, the first thing you'll notice is that there are 2 locked doors on the deck of the ship. I was super curious to know what was behind them. The door on the stern of the ship leads to what is basically a change room. Inside, there are 2 small changing closets and 2 showers. There's a bunch of storage here too, for things like giant purple pufferfish. Say that 5 times fast. This room is meant for use by divers who are either training in or performing inspections or other maintenance in the deep sea lake. The room also has a staircase leading down to a lakeside platform outside of the ship. This platform is used by divers to enter and exit the lake. The platform also acts as a dock for the paddle boat, which is used to retrieve items dropped into the lake. For decades of its life, the Santa Maria shared a lake with the Deep Sea Adventure, or as most people call it, the Submarine Ride. However, unlike the subs, which were actual manufactured submarines deep sea tested off the coast of British Columbia, when the Santa Maria was reconstructed, it wasn't done so in a way to actually function like a boat. It's not floating in the water. It actually sits upon an underwater platform, housing large aquariums. These aquariums held sea life, which you could only see from the submarines back when the ride was still in operation. And while the aquariums still hold water, after the subs ceased operation, they were decommissioned. The other door on the deck of the Santa Maria leads to a staircase which takes you to the catwalk overlooking these decommissioned aquariums. Due to safety concerns, I wasn't able to go exploring down there. But thanks to the power of a selfie stick, I was at least able to get a quick peek. I know it's not all that interesting to look at, but it's cool to know the history of what this area was used for. Finally, there's actually a third door on the deck of the ship. It's located in the restricted upper area, but it's just a decoration. It looks like someone found out the hard way that it doesn't actually open. So, the next time you're at the mall, consider taking a stroll onto Edmonton's own historic ship. What some people take for granted as just another decoration in the mall has actually been sitting in the world's largest indoor lake for over 30 years. It's been there through the time of Woodwards and HMV, through the submarines and the fire-breathing dragon. Canadian-built, Edmonton's own historic replica, the Santa Maria. Have you, or would you take a stroll in the Santa Maria? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, and it really helps us out if you like and share. And maybe even take a peek at our Patreon page. And why not check out one of our other videos, all about the greatest indoor show on earth, West Edmonton Mall. Oh, and thanks for watching.